Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you guys are doing very well. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. As you guys know, it's the only thing that I ask. So, back in the castle after a very lengthy, busy business trip. I really wanted to record on Wednesday, but I was completely exhausted. And yesterday I was flying for a long time and jumping from meetings to meetings, so it was really impossible. So I hope you guys forgive me for that. But I'm back home, back at the castle, and now I can resume my normal activity. I was considering maybe doing a live stream potentially next Tuesday or so. Let me know if this would be something you guys would like. I invite you to join, ask questions, come prepared. That's always very good. And I'll try to give you my opinions. So let's go to the big elephant in the room. Well, number one, let's go for the biggest, most important market there is, which is the bond market. Seems to be stabilizing. It's not growing. It's not going up that much. It's not also going down that much. That's fine as long as there's some sort of stability. As I've mentioned before, you don't want several days of negative 1% plus downside or positive 1% as well, because that means something is wrong on the risk markets. So people are going risk off. So something like steadily climbing, stable, not big swifts throughout the day, not much volatility. That's the thing that you want on the bond market. Think about the big daddy of the house. You want some stability coming from that person. You want that. You don't want big. That's why you have all the kids to make the fuss. You have the uncles to go crazy. You don't want the big daddy or the big mother, as you prefer, to go wild. So think about that for the bond market. Stocks, not much to report. The key market has been for sure crypto, where Bitcoin touched 99.5K, so $500 away from the 100K. Bitcoin put in a new all-time high versus gold. So Peter Schiff is going completely ballistic on Twitter. Actually, if you check he is comment after comment after comment on crypto nowadays. This was also predicted here in the channel. Peter Schiff has his own crypto cycle, if you will. And I can promise you that one day he's going to say something like, Bitcoin crashed to 100K. And he won't even realize the stupidity of his words. But this is what we get. Now, I made a video 2 days ago saying that Ethereum will shine. And I expect Ethereum to be above $5,000 before the end of December. I would say max mid-January, I do expect it to be above 5,000. And I do expect, if you look at when the cycle is over, from October 24 onward, I expect it to outperform Solana. Now, the reason why I say that is there's nothing really new about what Ethereum is doing this cycle. I said before, many times, you guys are all my witnesses, that I expect Ethereum to play catch up really fast and they will leave a lot of people behind. I mean, you go on X and there's not one single person, I cannot find one single influencer, crypto channel, whatever, saying that they are dropping Solana for Ethereum. I haven't found one. That means that everyone is on the other side of the trade. Everyone dumped Ethereum for Solana. And even if you look at the ETFs, the Ethereum ETFs, well, yesterday Bitcoin added $1 billion. Just yesterday. Ethereum lost almost $100 million, still went up 11 or 10%. What people don't realize is that when Ethereum starts pumping, that's when the ETFs jump in. You see, people that are buying the ETFs or the ETF arrangers themselves, they don't want to buy Ethereum at 2,400 or 2,000 or 2,100. No. They will love Ethereum at 4,000 plus. So the job of retail, if you will, is to bring Ethereum to those levels, because then the ETFs do the rest. My point being, Ethereum always has these catch-up trades where it goes like 70% up or something in a month or less, and it leaves everybody behind. And every single time I hear the same things about Ethereum and about how everyone is so negative and flooding completely Ethereum. And that to me is bullish. Because what I'm scared about Solana I mean, I'm not scared because I'm not in the ecosystem, but what I would be scared with Solana is the amount of consensus in favor of it. I cannot find one person, one major celebrity, if you will, of the crypto space going against Solana. Just a couple of days ago, I saw the guy from Crypto Banter in the David Lynch show. And he already changed his tune because he said, I sold all my Ethereum. I ended my toxic 4-year relationship, abusive relationship with Ethereum. Yesterday, he was saying, oh, I don't foresee any, or 2 days ago, I don't foresee anything good for Ethereum, but I do hold a little bag of it. Okay, for emotional reasons. Okay, so we are starting now. Okay, now he holds a bag. I can tell you that if Ethereum starts pumping, seriously, all of a sudden, he was always in favor of Ethereum. He's been promoting Ethereum for years. Everything is great about Ethereum. Discover Crypto will do the same. Everybody will follow suit. But that's after the pump. You see, these channels, they see what is pumping. See, they weren't talking about Solana at $8. No. They weren't talking about Solana at $20. They talk about Solana when it's clearly outperforming everything else. And what ends up happening as well is that because the spear, the core of the chain is outperforming, it's easier for the meme coins to also outperform in Solana. Now, one of the points that I'm making this video today is that I promised a few of the people that commented that I would disclose again my lottery tickets and then I would also say why I like my retirement coins. So that's what I'm going to do. In terms, and the reason why I picked them in the PulseChain and Ethereum ecosystem is because the chains themselves, the big daddies of the chains, the Ethereum token and the Pulse token, have not performed that great yet. However, these meme coins are already doing incredibly well, which makes me believe, I think, there's a good chance that Pepe will end the cycle above 100 billion market cap, for example. Let's go a little bit further into the cycle. A lot of the altcoins mature a peak 12 months after the halving. So that would be April 2025. Because this cycle has been front run by about 2 to 3 weeks, let's call it late March, early April 2025. A lot of altcoins, I think, will peak there. I don't know what's going to be the excellent news that will come out that will make Bitcoin go down. I don't know. It's going to be a massive buy the rumor, sell the news. And so far, I think it's likely that we have a big correction somewhere between April 2025 and let's call it August 2025. And then September or October 2025, you have the final hoorah going maybe even into November 2025. That's possible, having something like this. But what I want to say is that when you have the peak, let's say in late March, April 2025, and then the downside, a lot of the altcoins will not come back for the last hoorah. They may approach new all-time highs, but they won't get there. Let me give you a clear example. Last cycle, BNB 2021, BNB peaked in May when the Coinbase IPO came out. And then in November, it got close to the all-time high, but it couldn't quite make it. That's an example of what I'm trying to say. That means I think most likely, I think if you ask me today, I see this could be a possibility for how the cycle goes. And I've said this many times before, my plan is to exit about half of my position or a little bit more. It depends on how much it runs. Of course, if I'm already millionaire in March 2025, right? Then I will take more of the table because I'm already a millionaire. I already made my second target. As you guys know, my first target is free house by the age of early 30s. I got there already. Second target would be financial independence, meaning the ability to retire. Number 3 would be generational wealth. So, of course, if I get to target number 2, I cannot ignore it. Can you imagine if I round trip financial retirement and then I need to work another 4 years for the next cycle? Can you imagine how my mindset would go? So it will depend on how much it will move this time, right? There's not a definite answer. But it's something that I'm looking for. So, and now what I'm starting to think as we approach 2025 is what can be the top signals. But one thing that I like to see is I am starting to see a lot of Bitcoin $1 million call. Why is that important? Because my target, which has been unchanged since 2023, is by the end of the cycle, Bitcoin will be somewhere between 242,000 to 276,000, and Ethereum will be somewhere between 25 and 29,000. Now, in order for us to get there, what do we need? We need people, when Bitcoin is at $200,000, we need people to think that it goes to $1 million. Because if people think it's going to go to 250K, nobody's going to buy it because that's a 25% gain for a lot of risk. But if people think it's going to do another 5x, and then they will fill the blanks, what's going to be the narrative? Oh, it's because Trump this, it's because the UN that, it's because European Union this, it's because I don't know what's going to be, but it's going to be something like this. The way you get to Ethereum 25,000 is if they think Ethereum is going to 100,000. If they think Ethereum is going to go to 30,000, nobody's going to buy it at 25,000. That's my point. This is where people need to, so when you start hearing things like Bitcoin 1 million, Bitcoin 2 million, that's actually bullish because that means that 250K is now in the cards because people will keep on buying at that level because they think it's going to go another 5 or 10x. And then they will fill in the blank with why it's going to get there. That's the second part. First, they agree on the target. Secondly, they fill in the blanks to get to the target. Now, why I like PulseChain, PulseX, Hedron, and ICOs and incentive token, which are what I call the retirement coins. Number one, no VCs. Number two, excellent technology. Number three, the supply is done. I mean, PulseX has burned almost 6% of its supply. It's not coming back. PulseX has a buy and burn function. It buys and burns and buys and burns depending on the volume on the chain. That's it. I think it's highly linked to Ethereum. I think Ethereum will do better than most people think. I think the founder, which has been accused of many things, is actually the only founder that I know that buys his own coins. Gary Gensler just left the SEC, and we're going to get a chair on the SEC who's going to be very pro-crypto. Very interesting community is being developed there. X went down 99%, and the community is still here, pumping, pushing. 170 content creators, non-stop. This is a coin that, just like Avalanche, went down 99%, coming back from 99%, and having this level of community at this stage, to me, it's very bullish. Hedron and ICOSA are derivatives on X, so if I think X will do well, Hedron and ICOSA will do well as well. And I think it's headed by one of the smartest founders they have. So, and by the way, there's no vesting schedules. There's no tokens being released from time to time so that the VCs can dump on top of retail. There's no private allocations to influencers. People still think it's a scam. That's good. If everyone agrees it's great, probably they are already in. So in my view, and by the way, and they are cycle 2 narratives, which is layer 1 and DeFi. What did I say since 2023? Cycle 2 narratives pump the hardest as we move into the cycle. First, the cycle 1 narratives go. Frog coins, AI coins, RWA coins, right? Those are the first that go. Cycle 2 goes closer to the end. So what I've done is I put massive amounts of my savings into those coins because I think, or I feel confident, that they will do at least a 50x. So I've lowered my cost average dramatically, as I've posted on my description on my videos many times over. And now, if it does a 50, 60x from here, I'm already very, very well. So let's say I find it, I would give it, if you ask me, about 80% probability of success and 20% probability of failure. I think the SEC case will be dismissed maximum by January. I think that's going to lift off some of the pressure, and then we can move forward. Does that mean that I'm advising you to go and buy these tokens? No. I'm just answering a question that was made. Why do I like these coins in particular? This is the reason why. You are free to disagree. You are free to call me an idiot. You are free to say I'm going to lose all my money. That's all fine. I mean, we will see at the end, right? It may be the case that indeed I'm a massive idiot, and that it goes completely against my expectations. Perfectly possible. This is why I don't advise people to do anything. I'm just here to broadcast my journey into hopefully financial independence. If you guys find it interesting, please feel free to stay along. If you don't find it interesting, you can always drop off as well. In terms of lottery tickets, I streamlined them quite a bit. So I have ND since 1.6 million market cap on Ethereum, which is now around 250 million. I have Hoppy since 1 million market cap. It's around 80 million now. I have Boppy since 600K. I think it's around 900K now. So a 50% gain for like a month or so. I have PulseSpot in the PulseChain ecosystem. I have PDAI on the PulseChain ecosystem. I'm up on PDAI. I'm down on PulseSpot. I'm very up on Andy. I'm very up on Hoppy. I'm happily up on Boppy with the B. What else do I have? I have Pulse Launch, which is the launch pad on the PulseChain. I think I'm down on that one, but I'm not by bunch. I think, but maybe by 40% or so. But around those levels. It's very small lottery tickets. I don't really mind. And of course, I have participated in the pre-sale for 7G, as I've mentioned before. Everybody's aware of it, which should be coming out it's going to come out before the end of the year. Most likely, I think, probably by beginning of December or so, but we'll see. What else? No, Dolphy, I sold. I got a 30% loss on that one. So you see, I don't win them all. 40, I sold. I got a 66% loss on that one. Little Frog, I sold. I got like a 20% gain on that one. Bird Dog, I was never really convinced with the 0x70 token address. I mean, I made a 14x out of that coin, but I sold it all many months ago. I disclosed it here, and that's actually proven to be quite a wise decision so far. I mean, I hope it does very well, but I don't know. What else? Do I have anything else? I don't think so. Let me think. PDAI, launch, yeah. PulseSpot, yeah, those are the three. Yeah, so far those are the ones. I'm probably gonna deploy another 7-8K into the PulseChain ecosystem. Probably 80% retirement coins, 20% PDAI before the end of the year. And that's most likely gonna be my last investment for a while. What I will be looking for in 2025 is what is going to be the final narrative of this cycle. So what's going to be the NFTs of this cycle, for example, that came closer to the end of the bull market and did very, very well back in 2021. I don't know. It's impossible to tell. We can guess. We can try to see if this can be the one or not. The most important thing, for example, one of the reasons I like Boppy. Boppy is a good example. Boppy at some point was below 100K market cap. It's now at 950 or something like that. It survived a 95% drop, and it has very loyal, crazy, degenerate followers. Now, this is very important. Don't get this the wrong way. This is not an attack on people that have Boppy. Don't get me wrong. This actually positively, this is what you need. You need community is the most important asset by far. Community, religious cults, everything that you have to that nature is great, because that means those people are willing to promote it, to talk about it, to never go away, to spam. That's great. That's what you need to see. But with that, guys, I hope that I answered your questions. I hope that I provided some clarity on my thoughts. You guys know very well which coins I am. I've always disclosed it as soon as I got them. I never wait for the pumps to come. Oh, by the way, I got that coin at the 1K market cap, and now it's 1 million. Ha 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 ha. No, I never do that, and I never sell you anything. You already know it. I'm just here. I'm just a random masked guy. Give you my opinion. That's all I am. And with that, thank you very much for your support, guys. Really appreciate that. Don't forget, drop the like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.